Have you ever wondered what might have happened if you had taken a different path in life? Maybe you imagine a reality where you chose a different career, took a chance you let pass, or even lived in another time or place. What if somewhere out there all those possibilities actually exist? What if, alongside the reality we know, countless other universes, each with its own version of you, me, and everything around us, exist as well? This is the captivating, mind-bending mystery of parallel universes. In today's exploration, we'll journey into the world of science, philosophy, and imagination to ask an astonishing question: are parallel universes real? Along the way, we'll unravel what science says, what it implies about our existence, and why it could change how we view our place in the universe. Let's begin. To start, let's define what we mean by parallel universes. Also known as the multiverse, this concept suggests that beyond our reality, countless other universes might exist. Each of these universes would have its own timeline, set of physical laws, and perhaps even versions of you, me, and every other living being. The idea may sound like the stuff of science fiction, but it has fascinated humanity for decades. Sci-fi authors, filmmakers, and philosophers have long considered the possibility of other dimensions, where events play out differently. But increasingly, the multiverse isn't just a speculative story. It's backed by some of the most cutting-edge scientific theories we have today. So, what does science tell us about the possibility of parallel universes? Let's break it down into a few key concepts. One of the leading arguments for parallel universes comes from quantum mechanics, the branch of physics that deals with the very small: atoms, particles, and waves. At the heart of quantum mechanics lies the many worlds interpretation. It suggests that for every potential outcome of a quantum event, the universe splits into separate realities. Picture flipping a coin. In one universe, it lands heads, in another, tails. Both outcomes exist because the universe branches to account for every possibility. To illustrate this idea, physicist Erwin Schrödinger gave us the famous thought experiment known as Schrödinger's cat. Imagine a cat placed inside a box alongside a radioactive substance that has a 50% chance of leaking and killing the cat. Until we open the box, the cat is both alive and dead in a quantum sense. Now extend this concept. Parallel universes could theoretically emerge, one where the cat survives and another where it perishes. Another key theory supporting the multiverse comes from cosmic inflation. This idea posits that shortly after the Big Bang, our universe expanded rapidly, and that expansion could have created bubbles of space-time, each birthing its own distinct universe. Our universe then would just be one tiny bubble in a vast foam of countless others, each with its own laws of physics, galaxies, and perhaps even life forms. Here's the tricky part. There is no direct observable evidence of parallel universes, at least not yet. But that doesn't mean scientists dismiss the idea entirely. Rather than see multiverse theories as sci-fi fantasy, many researchers view them as logical extensions of what we already know about physics. The mathematics behind quantum mechanics and cosmic inflation strongly suggest that a multiverse is plausible. These equations describe phenomena that make more sense when we think of reality as being more than just one universe. In other words, while we may not be able to see these parallel universes, their existence could help explain some of the mysteries within our own. For example, consider why our universe seems perfectly fine-tuned for life. The laws of physics, like gravity and electromagnetic forces, have values that allow stars, planets, and eventually life to form. Why do these laws work so well here? The multiverse offers a potential answer. Perhaps there are countless other universes where those laws, and hence life, don't exist, and we simply happen to live in a rare one where the numbers work in our favor. While science gives us theories to test, the multiverse also opens up profound philosophical questions about existence, choice, and meaning. If parallel universes exist, how do we understand choice? Right now, we view our decisions as shaping our future. Turn left instead of right, and your life unfolds in one particular direction. But if every decision creates new realities, then every possibility exists somewhere. In a sense, this means our actions don't narrow the possibilities of what can happen. They simply branch the universe into countless versions. This raises big questions about responsibility. If there are infinite versions of you making infinite decisions, are you truly accountable for your actions in this reality? Or is it just one outcome among infinite others? The idea also makes us think about individuality. Are you still you if there are countless other versions of yourself? If those versions live different lives, have different relationships, or make different choices, what does it mean to exist as an individual? Some theorists suggest this could redefine our understanding of identity, making us part of a much larger, interconnected multiverse. For many of us, the notion of parallel universes first came to life through fiction. Movies, books, and TV shows have long used this concept to create exciting, imaginative worlds. Take the Marvel Cinematic Universe, for example. Its recent films explore characters traveling across alternate realities, encountering different versions of themselves and reshaping the timeline. Or consider The Matrix, which plays with the idea of multiple layers of reality. Even classic novels like Alice's Adventures in Wonderland can be seen as early explorations of alternate dimensions. These stories captivate us because they allow us to imagine worlds where the impossible becomes possible, where history unfolds differently, where we meet other versions of ourselves, and where the boundaries of reality dissolve. But beyond entertainment, these tales also help us think more deeply. They make us question what's real, what's possible, and how our actions ripple across existence. Beyond fascinating stories and philosophical debates, parallel universes might also hold answers to some of the universe's biggest mysteries. For instance, consider the enigmatic forces of dark matter and dark energy. These phenomena make up the majority of the universe, yet we know almost nothing about them. Could the existence of parallel universes help us better understand these invisible forces? Some physicists think so. They propose that interactions between multiple dimensions could potentially account for the effects we see from dark matter. Similarly, the idea of parallel universes might mesh with string theory, a complex area of physics that envisions the fundamental particles of the universe as tiny, vibrating strings. String theory suggests that our universe may be just one of many in a greater multiverse, all connected by strings vibrating at different frequencies. Of course, the lack of direct evidence means we are left with speculation. Exciting questions remain unanswered. Could we ever travel to a parallel universe? Could advanced technology one day allow us to glimpse alternate worlds? While these ideas may seem far-fetched, they also remind us of how little we truly know and how much there is to discover. But even if the multiverse isn't real, investigating it teaches us a great deal. Pursuing these questions forces us to imagine beyond the here and now. As history shows, many ideas once considered impossible, from space exploration to quantum computing, became reality because people dared to ask questions that seemed unanswerable. And so we circle back to our central question: are parallel universes real? Right now, science doesn't give us a definitive answer. What's clear, however, is that the idea of the multiverse stretches the limits of human understanding, inspiring us to go beyond what we see and ask what could be. What we know is that exploring this question isn't just about physics. It's about curiosity, imagination, and our desire to grasp the infinite possibilities of existence. Whether parallel universes prove to be real or remain a thought experiment, they remind us of the power in asking, what if? So as we close, I leave you with this: stay curious. The universe, or perhaps the multiverse, is far more mysterious and wondrous than we can ever comprehend. And just maybe, one day, we'll find the answers hidden within its infinite layers.